Hey guys, this is Matti, and I'm here to talk about week 4 of my progress in the Coaching for Profits program. This week has been a pretty good one, and a profitable one as well, which was really nice. There are a few things that I've noticed in my play though. Well, first of all, I started six tabling, 1-2, and L2. It was pretty easy. I feel a lot more confident with the standard lines. All in all, it's been working out pretty well. I had 2 days where I put in a 10-hour plus session as well, which was pretty tiring. It was pretty exhausting. But yeah, I used to play MMOs as well, so I was used to playing long stretches at once. So that was nice. I'm gonna do that more often as well because I want to progress as fast as possible. Um, anyway, let's go right into the graph as starters. This is the graph for this week. Yeah, not much to talk about here. There was this one session here. I think this was one session where I was playing the best poker I've ever played. I think it was really good. It was laying the worst hands down, calling off with the best hands. It was really good. I was getting value out of everything. It was beautiful. And then it stagnated a little bit, but right here, I think that's where I discovered one of the biggest leaks I have. Well, I think it's one of the biggest leaks, so I will talk about that in a hand example I have as well. Um, yeah, so pretty good. Almost $35 profit in an L2. I was pretty happy about that. Most of these hands as well. Most of these hands were in 2 days. So when I did the 11 and a half hour and the 10 and a half hour session, it was like 6K and 5.5K hands or something. It was really nice. So I'll be looking forward to getting more volume in like that. It was cool. So all right, let's jump into the hand examples for this week. Um, there we go. All right, so this is the hand where I think is one of my biggest leaks. So let's just go ahead and play through this. We raise in middle position, get a caller and a cutoff, button 3 bets. So I call with jacks here, and cutoff calls as well. Now the flop is monotone. We have the jack high flush draw and an overpair. So check the razor, and he bets just a cent above half pot. So what I'm thinking here is he probably has like a big pair with a heart, like maybe a bigger one than me, but I'm gonna see a turn card anyway and check what happens. So the other villain folds, and the king of heart pops up. So we have the jack high flush here. So I check to him again, and he checks back. So now I start thinking maybe he has like a big pair without a heart. Maybe he has kings or something. So when he checks back here, I feel pretty confident to put value bet in here. And he raises me on the river, and this is where my mind blanks out, and I just click the call button for some reason, even though river raises are always the nuts. So yeah, I think this is one of the, I've done this like 3 or 4 times yesterday. It was in my last session. It was bad. It was pretty bad because, like, how many times do I expect to win this hand? 1 out of 100 or something here. And of course he shows up with the ace of hearts like every single time. So I really need to work on not calling with like a third nuts or something. Yeah, ace queen jack. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty annoying. I need to stop doing this, because this is what costs me the most money, and which is why I think my line stagnated near the end of the session instead of going straight up like in the beginning of like in the middle of the week. Anyway, that's something I need to work on. I just keep my mind from blanking out and think about it, and do not call the river there. Yeah, anyway, let's go to the next hand. Oh yeah, this was a very interesting spot as well. Right, so we have a razor under the gun and 2 callers. So I decide, well, we have a suited ace, so let's see a flop here. We get a flush draw on the flop. So, and the under the gun razor bets really big, almost pot. And another guy calls, so I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty sure I have odds here to call. So let's see turn cards, shall we? And we turn a gut shot as well with my flush draw. So now this guy goes all in, and we're getting 3-1 here. Do I have 25% here? I thought this was really a close one, so I decided to call it off here and see if I had the odds. And it turns out, yeah, we didn't hit, of course, but when I did the math here, it turned out we had 23.8% when we got 3-1, so we needed to have 25% at least to make it a profitable call. And we had 23.8, so it was really close, but I shouldn't have made the call here. But I guess if you get a flush draw and an open ender, I think this is a clear call with the 4 extra outs. So that's something to remind me when I'm getting 3-1, not call a flush draw and a gut shot on the turn here. But anyway, I thought this was a really interesting hand to learn more about the math behind it. It was cool. It was very cool. All right, so these two hands that are following was more of a funny one. But yeah, so let's just go through it. We have we have kings, so we're getting it in here, and we flop a king, and this guy had aces probably, so I'm like screaming in Jay Carver fashion, hold baby, and yeah, we improved to quads. I was running pretty good a few sessions in this week, so yeah, rip your aces, friend, I'm sorry. Right, so then the next one, this was like going on at the same time as the king's hand, but I was watching the king's one because that's the one where I was behind. And so yeah, get re-raised, so we're getting it in again. And I wasn't watching this, and when I went back to the this table, I saw the villain that I was all in against. I saw his stack being like $4 and $4 plus. I was like, what the hell? And I look at the hand, and he rivers a set, rip aces again. So I was thinking at the king's hand, I was thinking better lucky than good, I guess. And right here, the opposite happened. So that was pretty funny that they were at like right the exact same time. Yeah, this hand was another one. All right, and this one was really interesting as well. I had this one was one where we are not supposed to call in the end, but I had a really sick read on the villain, so I decided to do it anyway. He almost min raises here, and we get another caller. So we have King 10 suited here. We get a nice suited hand. We need to call 6 more to win. Well, we're getting 6.17 to 1 like it says here, so I decided to call. We flop a king. Check to the razor, and he bets 2 cents. This is something that I've seen him do before when he had a big pair, but like one higher card came on the flop. So I decided to just call here because we have a king. We're trying to get the showdown cheap here. Now, when he bets 2 cents again, like, I have you beat like 99% of the timers, so I decide to look at this as a check, and I decide to bet my king here. And what he does now is something he's done the exact same thing when I had a set and when he had a pair under the highest card, because I had top set, I think. I think it was tens versus jacks or something, and I flopped top set. So like, he's never played top pair like this before, and he's never played, well, he always played top pair like without raising anywhere, so he's just trying to get the showdown. So I'm like, you're never gonna have a flush draw here, I think. I was pretty sure he had a pair that I had beat, so I decided to call. Check to him again, and here comes a desperation all in. And the only reason I called this was because I had that read, and I called him, and turns out he had queens, so my read was right, and I felt really good that I called this one. I was tanking really hard here though. I think I went down like half the bar of half the time bank bar, but I went over everything, and I decided he can never have top pair. He doesn't have the flush here. I'm gonna call him down because he's done the same thing with bullshit before. So yeah, that was a really nice call. I'm really happy I made it there. That was nice. Right, so, well, to conclude, I'm really happy that I got my schedule in as well. Like, I have set times to get up, do my studying, do my exercises, and then start playing at the same set time every day. So I can get a lot more volume in right now, which is really good. And all in all, I'm really happy about the progress this week. Like, discovering that leak is really good. So now I can really start working on that. Like, keep my mind from blanking out and everything. And I'll probably be applying. I'll be sending an email to my coach to move up soon. So yeah, looking good so far if I keep it up like this. Anyways, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys again next week. Peace.